allow the commissioners to.
No, well, sure, you're also, I didn't even.
Right, and you know, I had a conversation with you about what happened to our resolution that we passed for the small development. Did you hear anything back on that?
I met with the mayor, and I met with the city manager, and hopefully it's gonna be reliable.
Okay, yeah, then there was also the question about that we passed the one for the no, something, excuse me, the middle road. That is that also gonna be done also?
For Fulgenzi, you mean?
Yes,
That's supposed to, you said that's on which,
If I may.
go ahead, sorry.
No, it's, you're good. So. Firstly, so I spoke with the city manager, just yesterday afternoon. And I think it's the position of the law firm that we partner with to integrate that as part of our code revision. I don't have the details, but it's kind of like an offhanded comment for the minor subdivision as part of our code overhaul. So I don't know the details about that yet. So I will keep you in the loop as I know more, because I have only had very, very casual conversations about the code revision. So that's a developing, and then Fulgenzi, he is on the agenda for the 24th. So I submitted the packet and the minutes this afternoon. So
That's for the.
that's Middle San Pedro and between Riverside and San Pedro.
The zoning.
Yes.
what would you estimate the time required to reflect the code? A year, 18 months, 24 months?
It depends, are we just doing, and that's why we have to write out a scope of work, and I think that's the first order of business, but
So,
I mean, chapter 350 or the whole thing.
well, you said the whole code, so that'd be everything.
So
So take 5.
I imagine, I know, well. I don't know, the answer is I don't know, if it's just chapter 350, because it seems like a lot of the conversation is around land use, so I wanna make sure that we're not just talking about like 294 and 350 and. Like, we're looking at and integrating a minor subdivision ordinance, so I think that's all gonna have to be outlined as soon as we meet and develop a scope of work. And
Well, the city manager didn't mention that he had worked on city of San Pedro, county of San Pedro, what are to redoing theirs, so maybe he can give you some insight as to how to go to this process.
Yeah, so
But I will be lobbying him to get that minor subdivision.
Yes, I got
Worked on as its own piece of.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how we intended it to be done, and I'm gonna ask him to please move that forward, so.
I think we both had discussions with people in the community that wanted to implement.
yeah, absolutely.
Any other matters from the commission? My apologies for skipping over that. No. Else?
No.
Okay. So approval of minutes, review and approval of September 14 minutes. They refer to me as Chairman Martinez. I don't mind being Chairman Martinez, but I'm Chairman.
But that's not you.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Is Rebecca
spelled
correctly?
Yeah.
He's never gonna stop. He's never gonna stop with that joke.
Yeah, if you get that address, I would.
Okay.
That, okay.
I will,
is that?
I will.
It's throughout the.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
The main
Oh,
towards.
she just renamed you to.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh,
I didn't
Mr.
know JD, I'd
Martinez.
say, I don't wanna be Martinez, but I don't know.
You don't wanna be his son.
I would love to be a son, he already gave me a card. Okay, so do I have a motion on the minutes?
I'll motion to approve the minutes
Second.
as amended,
Thank
As
you.
amended.
corrected.
Second the motion.
Second, all in favor, say
Aye.
Okay, no vote. So matter consent.
Just, we're finding out more about the code review thing, so that'll be a developing situation, so. As soon as I know more, I'll keep you guys in the loop, especially in the winter where things, city manager kind of touched on this, as, things slow down a little bit in the winter, but I don't want to jinx it, but.
They still got a little winter, but you still need some employees.
Yeah, I know,
So-
we need people.
Did you, so there were some comments made that you have positions to fill and you should fill.
I have a position that is going, I had a meeting about this afternoon. I want to request a new position and reclassify an existing position.
Okay.
So, as soon as those two items fall into place, the new position is gonna have to go to city council. To make sure that we have a budget, and I'm gonna be working with the new finance director who starts on Monday to kind of work out those details and see if we really do. I'm looking into a senior planner project manager position. We have a lot of large scale projects coming to the pipeline. And, we just need more bodies, and, the other one is an administrative assistant. Just, very broad administrative assistant to help us run these meetings.
So-
That,
Well, you definitely need the staff to handle like the Curry ministries.
senior planner, project manager,
I
I
mean,
have that position.
That's gonna require
Yeah.
the city doing their part if we want to attract these type of developments. And there is nothing these people said that was not true,
Right.
but it isn't on McCurry Ministries to solve those issues.
Right.
You know, they have to upgrade some of the infrastructure, they have to for regards to sewer lines and water lines to their property. But as far as streets and street lights, all that, that's the city has to come to our side. I would encourage you, Rebecca, to keep the city manager. I mean, Eric seems like he is a go-getter hustler. I hope you give him a full update on this meeting and just say, hey, if we approve this project, how are we going to address the needs? Because if
The needs
not,
are
And the
very
potential
great.
problems.
The needs are very
Needs and
great.
problems too.
oh yeah,
Because I'm gonna say, I did sit through that DOT presentation, it was a virtual presentation. After that, I started receiving a lot of calls, and it wasn't just the people that were, viewing the presentation, it was, the word got out. And it really got out, and because I was the only, but they thought the only city official on that virtual situation, they brought it to me, and then I. For us, and then they just got to the thing that frustrates them, there was a lot of frustration. Okay?
Yeah, and I think that.
But the mission, the McCurdy mission should have, say, neighbors consider this.
Yeah,
We're gonna do a presentation,
well, it was not us. Yeah, it wasn't intended for a public hearing tonight. I mean, the poor lady probably didn't expect that to happen. I'm glad it did. It's nice to have a public hearing. You know, and I think it went good as it could go. I mean, I don't know what else we could have done. Yeah.
right, and I think that. I think the neighborhood just doesn't feel heard, and I think that's, we just need a lot more public input for something this size, and. I don't think anyone was coming from a bad place, I think it was just.
No, good
a
question.
disconnect.
But the plan should include a traffic study.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, anything of that size, it's just,
it has to. That always has to.
and, yeah, I mean, it's just due
Well,
diligence. though,
I can say, I live in that neighborhood, in that area, I see the cause and effect, I mean,
The
the other day we were
traffic
coming back from
serious.
Saturday, we got stuck for about 15 minutes waiting for people, the parents to pick up their kids.
You don't let people in Mexico to be.
And I think, what if there is an emergency, an ambulance, a fire?
Yeah.
What goes on?
Okay. Any other comments or anything else? No? That's okay. Well, everybody.